Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. And today I am here with Rachael Brumfield. She's a psychic medium, artist, and QHHT Level 1 intern, and a psychology expert. She's from Arizona, USA, and she is so versatile with working with different stuff and material, be it wood or other elements I've seen. Wow, that's so beautiful artwork. And her website is Art and Soul, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Art and Soul by rachaelbrumfield.com.
wow, Art and Soul by Rachael Brumfield. And she's also so much gifted in removing attachments. Um, I personally took a session with her and felt incredible. She loves golf and she believes that if we stay patient and have faith in the universe, anything is possible and more will come to us, new opportunities. Welcome, Rachel.
Absolutely.
Thank you for
Thank
joining us
you.
today.
Thank you. It's an honor and a pleasure to be on your show.
Great.
Thank you.
So it's early morning for Rachel and she has agreed to join us. And we will start with Rachel wanting to know about your life and how were, your experiences with these spiritual and art things
Mm-hmm.
that you went through.
Okay. All right. Um, well, Richard Brumfield. I grew up, you know, pursuing art. I had no idea about my spiritual abilities. I knew that something was different because my mom told me one time, if they had tested me with ADHD when I was younger, I would have, you know, been diagnosed with ADHD. But
Mm,
later on, I learned that a lot of kids that have ADHD or ADD, that they don't know how to manage the energy around them. They're very sensitive, they're very in tune. So it's unfortunate that, we don't live in societies where we teach kids and adults about mediumship, about
true.
learning how to communicate with spirits or anything like that. Because, I believe it would make a huge difference
It
in
will.
kids' lives. Yeah, instead of just medicating them,
Yeah.
because that's not always the
So
answer.
it's so
So,
wonderful, you're bringing out this topic and from your own life. A lot of people need help with same in their own lives, and they don't come out or they don't express themselves. How did you manage it through your art and spirituality?
um, well, I didn't learn how to manage it until maybe about like 3, 4 years ago. So it took a while, um, which is fine because it all worked out how it's supposed to work out. But you know, up until then, I was just like I was anxiety. Oh, like always felt like something was confused. Like my energy would be high sometimes, sometimes it'd be low. It was just like a constant like battle with myself, and I always thought something was wrong up here,
Mm.
because that's the
Yeah.
first thing that we do
Mm.
is that we think that something is wrong with us.
Mm. Mhm.
But when I started to work with other healers and mentors, I realized that now, like one of my abilities, like I'm a physical medium.
Mhm.
So not only do I receive messages, but I get my guides light, they touch me and stuff like that. So it really cleared up a lot of things for me. And then I realized like, oh, I'm not the problem. I was never a problem. And it was just so much relief for myself. But, up until then, I would read books, like try to like, how do I manage this ADHD or anything like that? And, there were some things that helped, but it just, if you don't know exactly what's going on with the amount of spirits that are around you,
Mm.
then no book.
Can help you. So true.
Yeah, no book
So
can help you.
And this is what I feel a lot of people don't realize or don't pay attention to, or they don't want to go, in this direction at all. But
Yeah.
I feel it really helps in you with your life or career.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And, there's a lot of people that are in um, hospitals, mental
Mm-hmm.
hospitals, because they hear voices and whatever. And,
So
it's
true. And
unfortunate because,
mm,
a lot of them are mediums. And depending on how they grew up, if they grew up with a strict religious background and it's viewed as a negative thing, or that you're channeling the devil or something like
mm,
that, you try to like cut that off, and you get scared and you start putting filters up, and you start thinking that you're the crazy one.
mm,
But it's unfortunate because we have our guides for a reason.
true.
And we, being a medium, is such a psychic medium, for me, just from my own experience, it's such a beautiful thing, because not only do I get to help humans in the physical form, but I also get to help spirits and beings and crossings, or like helping to release attachments, because there's a lot of spirits and beings that are attached to people that got
True.
accidentally attached because the light attracted them,
Mm-hmm.
and they just want to move on, but they just didn't know how.
True. True.
um, yeah, so there's just so many beautiful things that come from this, and it's not scary if you understand that you're protected, and you know how to protect yourself, and how to cleanse your space and your energy. Like, it's it's not scary. But at the same time, if you have any sort of trauma or anything like that, and your guides or the spirits around you show you certain things, it could trigger something in you. And if you haven't, depending on where you are in your own healing journey, it could either like scare you and you put a block on it, or again, depending on your religious
Mm.
background, say like you see something, you're like, oh my gosh, that's the devil right there. Like, nope, not doing this. Because it is a lot. There's some things that I've seen that some people would
Oh, mm,
run the other way.
true.
But
True. I agree.
but
Yeah.
there's always a reason you're showing things.
Mm-hmm.
And um the thing that I've learned with myself, especially with these sessions, is when I see something disturbing, because I've had spirits show me some disturbing things just because of what they did in their
Mm-hmm.
life when they were human, um, that you have to learn to stay centered and know that you're protected, and ask them questions
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, why are you here? Do you need help? Do you need this and that? Like, why did you do this when you were alive?
Mm-hmm.
Because, a lot of people do things because of trauma.
So true. And like, can you explain about the whole one example of a session as to what QHHT is, or how it can help, how it's important? It's quantum healing hypnosis technique, as we know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So the beautiful thing about QHHT, and it's just like meditation as well, but I help the person get into a state of mind where they release stress, all these worries, all these 3D stuff that we go through. And I get them into a state of mind where they open up. And it's just like a deep meditation. Take them to the theta state, and they I allow, their subconscious to come through. Well, I don't allow. The key thing to this is, if the person doesn't trust themselves and doesn't know how to like release control, that can affect the session. But
Mm-hmm.
through the induction process, and through the pre-interview of like helping them relax and getting them to understand what can happen in the session, I could get them to help release um, the control and the fear and stuff like that. But anyways, get them into a state of mind where they start to receive images and messages from their guides and from, like other higher beings as well that need to come through and talk to the person. So what this does is it helps a person to see, like, say, like they're having financial issues in the present. A lot of the time, those issues can stem from a past life. So say like you had multiple lives where you lost everything, and it's just a repeated pattern. And so in your present life, on a different level, different area in your brain, you're like, nope, I don't want to acquire anything because I've experienced loss multiple times. So I'm just I just have it in my mind that if I acquire something, it's just gonna get lost, or, like it's just it's an energy that plays out because it's also imprinted in your DNA. Mm-hmm. So anyway, I take them to, and their guides specifically take them to a past life that is most relevant to what they're experiencing now. Mm-hmm. And we try to get to the root of, for one, why they're being shown the past life and those events in that past life, but how it also relates to the current life so that we can heal what's going on, what they're experiencing right now. And it also helps give the person a different perspective on things, and to realize, like, they're, for one, they're never alone, and for two, like, things happen for you and not, things don't happen to you, they happen for you, so you can learn from. So after we do that, then we talk to the subconscious or their guides or a collective of beings, or angels, whatever. But in QHHT, we call it the subconscious. But and then we ask, like, their questions that they've always wanted to know, like, how's my business going to go, stuff like that. And so it's awesome. I love it. I absolutely love it.
Great. And as you wonderfully said, that it's all for a reason, for a learning for all of us.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Like, oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I would like to let the audience know that I had gone through a beautiful session with Rachael, and it was so mesmerizing when I saw the recording later. I knew that I was speaking under hypnosis, and my higher self was speaking, or the subconscious. And at one point of time, I felt like, if whenever the subconscious came through, as you were talking or asking, that she came up and she was smiling. And I felt my lips, just stuck in that position. But then after that, I'm trying to speak as you're asking questions. And that was a different experience. It was wonderful. Going through, I at least saw 2 past lives, and what all had happened, and that really made me understand the present situations or people in my life. It was awesome.
Mm-hmm. Oh, definitely. And as you're talking about the smiling there throughout your session, I could see you would smile, but then I could also feel the energy of your subconscious, and it was just this warm, loving feeling.
Yeah.
And it was just,
not
it was beautiful. You.
Yeah.
No.
So loving.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. There's our guides never judge us, because we all go through this for a reason. Mm-hmm. And it's just unconditional love, the most.
Wow.
Yeah. It's a different level. Absolutely. So
with my session, anything specific you noted?
So the one thing that really stands out for me in your session was the removal of that one attachment that was affecting, your womb and your other feminine issues as well. And that was just, I had a feeling when we had talked about, or when I read your article, then you were talking about like your issues with pregnancy, stuff like that. Like I was like, okay, there's something there. There's something blocking you, and it has to be attachment or something. And so when I asked the subconscious about it, and it said that, it's a past life thing, and that, and I don't want the audience to get, like worried when I say the dark. Don't think of it as a negative thing. It's just, sometimes there are attachments that when they experience death, depending on how they died, their emotions around their death can put them into a lower energy. I don't like to say dark or stuff like that, because it's all lighter,
extra energy.
Exactly. So it puts them into a lower energetic state, so when they attach to somebody, or accidentally attach to somebody, like in Sweta's case, like she accidentally attached to you. She, in the past life, she was trying to help you, but because the light is like a magnet, she accidentally got attached to you. And
so true. And I'm grateful for doing that.
Yeah. So we're able to remove it, and everything.
So, a lot of people are scared about hypnosis. Can you suggest to the audience, like, how not to be scared?
Well, a lot of people are worried that they're going to run around like randomly clucking like a chicken or something like that, but it's not like that. Like I could, specifically from my experience with QHHT, and I've had past sessions just before starting this. It's no different than, to me, it's no different than going into a deep state of meditation. It's just somebody is just helping you, guide you to getting to that state of mind. But like there's one thing that Dolores mentioned in her videos, like if you watch TV, you go into a state of hypnosis, a light state of hypnosis. So, whether you're reading a book, whatever, like you can self-hypnotize yourself and now you know it. Yeah.
I realized it was totally like meditation, because when I do it daily, I realize that I somewhere reach that state daily. And that really helps.
Absolutely.
It brings in a lot of visions, a lot of healing. So it was awesome.
Oh, definitely. And I know that a lot of people worried that, like a lot of the stuff is suggested by the practitioner or whatever, but with your experience with me, did you feel like I was suggesting things to you?
No,
like putting things in your head? Yeah,
not at all. It was me speaking. Yeah.
So if you work with the responsible hypnotherapist or a QHHT practitioner, then they have respect for what they do, and they have respect for their client, and they won't do those things that could be viewed as negative or whatever. But find somebody who respects what they do and has reverence for their client and for the technique.
And this technique was developed first by Dolores, right? As we all know. Okay.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Like 50 years ago. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Wow. So it's all part of past life regression.
Yeah. I don't want to say it's all part of it, because I've, sometimes a person will be showing present things from the present life that maybe they didn't remember or whatever. But the cool thing about that is that they're showing like present events is that now that they're an adult, I can get them to look at the situation in a different way. So it's, a future life might come through as well,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it could be, because in the universe, past, present, and future, I
Yeah,
mean,
time
there's
is not
no,
linear.
yeah, time is not linear. So
It's a
everything
circle.
is going on.
Mm.
Yeah, so what you do in the present can affect not only the future, but also your past.
Right.
So, in this technique, if you're showing a past life, we can go back, help repair,
Mm.
help find, release things. And so that in the present and the future, in this linear time, things are much smoother and you're actually help you get on your path.
Okay. Wow. Wow. So,
Mm-hmm.
what about healing? Like quantum healing, as the word self mentions. So, how much healing comes in, or how it happens?
Oh, so a lot. um, so at the level, the level of healing also depends on the person,
Okay. Okay.
because it also depends on how far you've gone in your own healing journey and if you're open to it. Because again, if you have blocks or filters, then you're only going to allow so much to come in and to happen to you,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a lot depends on you,
Okay.
how much you allow, how much
It's
you
like,
allow.
if a person is ready and open to more healing, they can even like develop their clairs, like become a
Oh,
clairsentient or clairaudient.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Like everybody is meant to only work with certain abilities.
Mm.
Like in my case, I have all the clairs. Um, that's just because my contract, how it was written. I'm not any more special than anybody else or anything. It's just what I wanted
Mm.
to experience in this
Mm.
life.
Mm.
But just because somebody only has one clair, that doesn't make them less special or anything. It's just they have certain abilities that they're only meant to do.
Mhm.
And but um, I forgot where I was going with this.
Like the clairs open up for healing.
Yeah. So the clairs, yeah. Um, I don't know if it's specifically the clairs. It's more like you open up your body.
Mm-hmm.
You open up your body to receive the healing, and you open your mind up
Mm-hmm.
and to release control and stuff, and just trust that this healing is going to help you, and it's out of nothing but love.
Wow. Mm.
Yeah,
Beautiful. Beautiful.
yeah.
So, do you have any message for everyone, especially people in India?
Um, I thought of, the one thing that comes to mind is just self-love and just self-care.
Mm-hmm.
Just just
Beautiful.
yeah, just take care of yourself. I mean, things are chaotic enough, and but like when you get back to yourself and you center,
Mm-hmm.
and ground yourself, like no matter what goes on in the world around you, no matter how chaotic it is, like as long as you're grounded within yourself and with Gaia, and you know who you are and you love yourself, you just go with the flow. Like everything, you can't control what's going on, but what you can
Beautiful.
do is just love yourself.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. Beautiful message.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
tell us about your new website to everyone, and how can people like contact you or reach out to you for sessions?
Yeah, definitely. So I only um, have contact through my email because
Okay.
one woman show right now. So in the future when I get my assistant, but so there's a email address on my website that you can contact me to schedule a session. And I also have my artwork on the website as well. But yeah, so I go into more information about what I specialize in with the QHHT sessions, and there's some more information on there as well. So yeah,
Great,
so you
great.
can.
I'll put all the details in the description box below in the video so that people can reach out to you and also look at your art.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
So just before we end the session, what are your favorite three things? Favorite color, favorite artist, and favorite hobby?
Uh, Favorite color. Gosh, that changes. I used to say black because it was just the easiest thing to match with. You didn't have to put too much effort into it.
I
But
love black too.
yeah, so I mean, I I don't really have one specific favorite color. It's just there's just so many now. Yeah. I love the color green just because I love seeing it in nature. It's just so beautiful. But there's just so many beautiful colors out there. It's hard to pick one.
So true. And what about your favorite artist?
Definitely my favorite artist is Michelangelo.
Oh,
Always
wow.
was, and yeah.
Wow. Beautiful.
Yeah.
And with all the woodwork that you do, are you inspired by someone?
Um, I would love to say I get inspired by someone, but it's actually, like it's more like the guides. My guides give me the inspiration.
Wow.
Especially when I talk to somebody about what they want me to make for them. I start to see images, and at the time I didn't know who those images were coming from, like why I was receiving those images, like what to make for them. But now I know those are channeled messages from my guides, and they're saying, hey, you need to make the specific thing for them. It needs to look like this. And then so it's cool.
And are you shipping your products to India as well?
Oh yeah, I definitely can. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Looking forward for
that. Yeah, absolutely.
Great. And last question, your favorite hobby?
Favorite hobby. Oh my gosh. I have a few right now. I don't know if you call it a hobby, but one of the things that I really enjoy doing is learning. So I'm learning more about spiritual protection, because when you start to step into more of this path, it's a lot of things that come your way that are not of the light. And so I'm learning more about that, and diving more into, behavioral things, so I can help people in their sessions. And I'm also learning about, a very good friend of mine talks about like learning a variety of things. She's a very talented medium, Stephanor. So she talks about learning a variety of things, and so that you can learn how to talk to spirits of beings, and your guides also give you more information so that the messages come through more clear. So I'm learning to expand on things that I didn't particularly have an interest in, but now I'm learning about that so I can improve on my communication.
Wow.
Yeah.
Beautiful journey. And you love puppies and dogs?
I will be, yeah. I will be. They're still with their mom. Hopefully, maybe next week or the week after, we can wean them. And so I'm excited.
Great.
Yeah, they're special little dogs.
So sweet. Yeah. And thank you so much for being on.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Have a nice day.
Thank you. Thank you too. I want you to tell me the very first thing that you see down there below you. or the very first impressions that you have as you come back down to the surface? Are you coming off the cloud yet?
Yes.
What do you see?
Tree and a path.
Mm-hmm.
And on the left side there is like a old monument, like a Greek or Roman building, like a temple,
Mm-hmm.
a kind of temple.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also dressed up like some old Greek or Roman kind of dress, with
Mm-hmm.
a slipper.
Like a toga?
Sort of. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Do you feel male or female?
Male.
Mm-hmm. Does your body feel young or old?
Young, a little middle age.
Mm-hmm. You in your 30s, do you think?
Sorry.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Do you have any rings or bracelets or anything?
I have rings, big rings.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Left
Are you
hand.
left hand? Okay. Okay. Are you wearing anything on your head?
Like a wreath.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Are there a lot of people around you?
Like I wear two dresses. One is white and creamish plain, and then I also wear like a Roman red brown soldier kind of dress.
Okay.
With like body protection dress soldiers wear.
Okay, like armor?
Armor and nothing on legs, but
Okay. Are you like a soldier or a guard?
yes, soldier.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Are you high up in the ranks or
Middle.
in the middle? Okay. Okay. And what is your job in the military? Like, do you have a specific job that you do?
I'm managing records in a big library sort of place and looking after people.
Mm-hmm. Okay. 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 All right. Do you like what?
Down the road.
Okay. Where are you headed to?
Home.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
People know me and they are wishing.
They're what?
They are like saying hi to me.
Oh, okay. Okay. So they're happy to see you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So do you have a family at home?
daughter,
Mm-hmm.
and mother.
Mm-hmm. Do you have a wife?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Are they happy to see you?
Yes.
Good. Are you happy to see your family?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Is family important to you?
Yes.
Good.
But I'm
Good.
mostly at work.
Mm-hmm. So you work a lot?
Yes.
Do you like what you do?